We're going to take a look at this Arteck HB220B universal backlit Bluetooth keyboard. Now let's have a look what's in the box. I'll tell you a bit more about it. Okay, here's the keyboard in the packaging. See what else we get. Small instruction manual, comments card, and charging cable. So that's a USB micro adapter, and so it's not USB-C or anything like that. Now these are available on Amazon at the moment for about £16. You might get lucky and get it for around 14, but I haven't seen it go any lower than that. Let's get it out of the packaging. Now there's something else in there as well. Let's have a look. Some little rubberized feet to go on the bottom, which isn't a bad thing. The back of this, it is metal, it's not plastic, and it will slip around. So if I put it on there, that slips around loads. So you'll probably want to stick those feet on if you don't want it to travel as much. I think there was 6 in there, so that's good. 1 for each corner, and then I'd probably put a couple there to stop it flexing in the middle. And the flex on it, I mean, it bends, but not too much. And I think with it being metal, that does help a lot. A bit more sturdy. So let's have a look. Now, being in the UK, I've got a UK keyboard layout there, but it is a single height enter key. You can see that these keys aren't exactly square, they're slightly rectangular. I think they've tried to make room for the function keys across the top. Now, you can kind of see that these are dual purpose. So they've got you can use them as F keys, like on a PC or on a Mac. But if it's attached to, I guess on the PC as well, it will still do the volume control. But if you've paired it up with an iPad, then these actually work on an iPad, maybe on Android too. Over here you can see that there are 3 Bluetooth profiles, so you can switch between each of them. So you can pair it up with your iPad, you can do another one with your phone, and maybe the other one with the Raspberry Pi or your PC. And then you just toggle between them. It will shut that USB connection off. I've noticed on the iPad that as soon as you switch to another Bluetooth connection, that will turn off that Bluetooth connection to your iPad. So that's worth bearing in mind. But it seems quick to turn it back on when you do switch back. Let's have a look. So you've got this illumination key at the top, and that will change the backlight level. So what we'll do is just pair this up first. So let's turn that on. And then what we'll do is let's put it on profile 3. So press and hold. Now it's in pairing mode, now that that's flashing. So let's go over to the iPad. If we look in USB devices, you'll see keyboards has appeared. Hit keyboard, and now it's paired. So what we can do, have a look at the keyboard again, and you can see the backlighting has come on now. And you can change the levels and off. Under this lighting it's a bit more difficult to see, but there are different lighting levels there. Oh, you can just about see it. And if you press and hold the light level and use the up and down keys, it will toggle through the different colours. Now obviously that's going to cause a bit of a battery drain. It will auto shut off after a little while. The battery is supposed to last about 6 months with 2 hours a day usage with the backlight off. So expect a lot less when the backlight's on. Now the dimensions, 23 centimeters by 14 by 0.62 centimeters. So it is thin. It is really light at 230 grams. If we look round, there is a micro USB. It's not going in focus, is it? There's a micro USB port on the side there. Hard to get that one in. but nothing else around any of the other corners. Bit of writing on the bottom. And one thing I'm not that keen on is this lip around the edge. It's not great for getting your thumb onto the spacebar. I think it could do with a cutout to allow you to easily get in there. One thing to note is it can't be used whilst charging. So if you have run out of battery and need to charge it, you won't be able to use it whilst it's doing that charging cycle. Now we've got it hooked up, let's have a look in. You can navigate around in iOS. You can see it moving around some of the, see, so space to select. Let's hop into docs. Let that reformat. Now, I don't know how you get into the document. Maybe you tab into it. Oh, there we go. Anyway, like I said, it's a metallic back, so it actually kind of sticks on somewhat to the iPad here. That's not coming off. And I think with the larger iPads, like the iPad Pro 11-inch and the new iPad Air 4, which came out a few weeks ago, which is a slightly larger form factor, it kind of would sort of stick to it and look kind of neat. This for £15 or £16 is well worth a try. You could almost just try this out first, see if you get on with it. And then if you don't get on with it, you could try buying one of the more expensive options. And then you could use it with something else, like a Pi or your PC. I do like the fact that when you power back on the iPad, it will reconnect and show you kind of that it's reconnected by the fact that the illumination comes back again. So it's kind of come out of a sleep mode. To type on, I mean, let's have a, can you hear? I mean, it sounds slightly plasticky, but not bad. The keys aren't quite full height, but I think you can get used to that. I'm used to full height, double height enter key, so I think that's the hard one for me to get used to. Other than that, so far I'd recommend this keyboard. I think it's got a lot going for it for the price. Feels pretty decent, pretty well made. Battery life should be pretty decent on it. But what I'll do is update the comments on this, this video. So if I've got further feedback about how it's performed over time, you'll find it in there.